You're speaking
Okay.
about ventriloquist. Guess who's in Key Bank Center? Chuck Dunham.
Oh, he's great.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Ahmad the dead terrorist is the best. Oh, I kill you, I kill you, I kill you.
Even Bubba J has me always laughing.
Hmm.
Twitch has accepted the stream.
Hold on a minute here while we get set up. Okay, we're getting ready to start the show.
Okay.
YouTube has accepted the stream.
Hmm.
Facebook has accepted the stream.
Alrighty,
I'm going to restart the timer.
you got it.
When the timer says on the air, you're on the air.
Okay. All righty. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the No Exit Experience. Here's the preamble so everybody can get in the mood, in the words of the Honey Drippers. Welcome to the No Exit Experience, where everyone gets a chance to talk and no one is excluded, with the exception of those who trample on the speech of others. It is a show where all topics are welcome and no one is censored from giving their honest views on these topics. If you can handle that, then hop on the bus. You're in for a wild ride. My name is Jason. I'm the bus driver. My passengers today are Richard, who is the conductor, and we got Rob on remote. And we are hoping that we got some late stragglers who are coming by alternate transportation. So this day, the first thing we're going to have is Richard reciting a poem about -1 degrees.
There's various groups on Reddit,
Mhm.
and it depends on your interests.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in Game of Thrones, there's a Game of Thrones group, and you talk about that, etc. Star Wars group. There's philosophy groups, etc. I like to follow the poetry group on Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
and not surprisingly, a lot of poets, amateur poets, are writing about the cold weather. This is my favorite so far. The mercury has plummeted into some godforsaken subarctic abyss. The air isn't just cold, it's a predatory crystalline force that lunges for your lungs the moment you step outside. Imagine the poor bastards who have to wait for the bus at 6 a.m. I watch my breath hitch in the air like a ghost looking for a way out. The biting wind is a brutally honest thing. I tremble like a disgraced prophet, reflecting on the inevitable ice that will one day claim the stars themselves. To shiver is to finally understand the depths of existence.
Um, it's in the shallow end of the pool, but it's very evocative of pictures. The image is very good, but it's very straightforward. So it's a good effort. That's my assessment because it really makes you feel it.
What does Rob say?
Well, definitely makes us feel like we're in Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, it feels realistic when you step outside at 20 degrees or below.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely feel it.
Well, as I was telling Richard before we went on the show, it was so cold it broke our door handle on our screen door. I mean, it's just bad news, Okay, well, I like it. So then let's segue on to the Reinheitsgebot, which is a law from 1516 in Germany. It's the beer purity law where you can only have hops, barley, yeast, and water, although you can substitute wheat for barley. But that's because there's a show that's showing on Access TV that's about 15 years old. It's called Drinking Made Easy, and it's where these two dudes just go around all over the U.S. to various places, and they drink beer, wine, hard liquor. They do all sorts of sports. They have something called the Six Pack Challenge, where they do something sporting against each other, and so it's not just getting drunk, And at the one place, there was actually a German brewer. The brewer on staff was actually from Germany, and he talked about the purity law, and he said. Before that, they would throw anything they could into the beer, like belladonna. You know what belladonna atroponicum is? That's nightshade. And what it does is anticholinergic or antimuscarinic, actually. But what it does is cholinergic things are like if you're exposed to pesticides or nerve gas. And so anticholinergic does the opposite. So it dries out everything. Because if you get a pesticide on you, your nose runs, you cry, you spit, you vomit, you pee, you poop, you sweat. Everything goes the other way with the atropine, which comes from belladonna, including your eyes go whoop, so people look all loopy because they're that's what atropine does. And they would just throw that in the beer. So you didn't even know what you're going to get. You know, that's why they eventually had to do the beer purity law, because there were so many other things. But my thing about when I was a kid at my childhood home, there were pricker bushes that were nightshade, and they always had a smell of pee about them. So I don't know why anybody would eat the nightshade berries, because they smell like pee, and I could just imagine what they taste like. You know, and that's just kind of gross. But that's my take on it. I don't know if you have anything to say about the beer purity law of 1516, Rob.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, to drink something that tastes like pee, I would want no part of that. I mean, that's
Thank you.
you know, I mean, come on. If it's like a plant, I don't trust it, because dogs, they like to mark their toy on plants. So I don't know. Maybe it's dog piss too.
Right, and that's why people that say it's natural, well, cyanide is natural too, and so is lead and mercury.
Oh, that's quite a new drink then.
Would you like to know what AI says about belladonna?
Sure. What does AI say?
It says it's one of the most highly toxic plants on the planet. Even a small amount can cause severe symptoms or death.
Mm-hmm.
In the medical world, there's a saying about the symptoms
Mhm.
of ingesting belladonna. You become hot as a hare, blind as a bat, dry as a bone, red as a beet, and mad as a hatter.
Yep. Because those are all the things that it does. It's the opposite of the cholinergic. And that's the thing. Imagine you were so dry in the mouth, no matter what you drank, you couldn't sate it. That's what it does. And so it's like putting 220 on your 120 motor. So it spins twice as hard, then it burns out. That's what it is. Because if they're sweating, it's speed. If they're dry, it's anticholinergic. Because somebody who's a meth head who's overdosed, they'll look very similar, but they're sweating. So that's Rob. I'm an emergency medicine doctor by training, so that's why I know. That's why I know this.
Yeah, but I'll definitely ask you about meds if they're working, because I'm on tons of them now. It's like I'm fine.
Well, if you think they're bad, try going without them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
But at least I'm not at the ones that are get hooked up on.
Indeed. I know. I definitely know you. Okay, so let's see. How about do you have any topics you want to address? What was the one we told you to save for the show?
Something about pickleball.
Pickleball.
Pickleball fight. I heard it on Shred and Reagan. They do that. This place called the Villages or whatnot, and I guess down in Florida there was a little bit of a brawl going on, because I guess there's a part of the pickleball that's called the kitchen, and somebody went in somebody's kitchen and and then called this woman the C word, and basically started a whole fight. So
I thought that pickleball was supposed to be very social. You're not supposed to do that and take it so seriously. You know what I mean?
I know it's like tennis or golf. I mean, it's supposed to be calm, cool, collective. Now we might as well make a Happy Gilmore than pickleball for crying out loud.
Right. Lori, belladonna, because it would make the woman's eyes dilate, and so in the small amounts, that's why it's belladonna, beautiful woman, because of
it was used in Italy, as a fashion accessory.
Yeah, because But the really weird thing is when your pupils are the entire size of your iris, you don't look beautiful. You look weird. You look like you're distressed. Okay, so let's see. Oh, so let's get to the Olympics. First of all, did you see the American guy flame out on the ice last night?
Yeah. What's his first name? Ilya?
Ilya.
Ilya,
Yeah, because I knew something was up. I knew the story. They talked about it, but then when I watched it, he only did doubles for his flips, so I knew something was up. And he didn't look like he had the diarrhea, and he looked like he was doing well. So I'm not sure if he got the yips. The yips, like when a pro athlete can't do what they do, they like have a trial of confidence. I don't know if he had the yips, is why he couldn't do the quads, because you knew it right away that he wasn't going to do it. He wasn't going to do well because he was only doing doubles or singles when he should have been doing quads, what was written in his program. And so I think he lost his confidence, but I don't know why.
Mm. Did they interview him after the?
No, they didn't. They talked about him, but not to him.
Mm. Yeah, I'd like to get his statement on that, because when he finished, first of all, he puts his head in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have dramatized his disappointment more.
Hey, Mick. Yeah.
I'm glad you're reading the comments. But he came off the ice and he immediately said something to his coach.
Oh.
Well, of course, they don't have that mic'd,
Mm-hmm.
But
Moreover, it might have been in Russian. Even though he's from Vienna, Virginia, he speaks Russian from his family.
Oh, who does he represent?
U.S.
U.S. Okay.
Yeah. He was born here, but and I think his coach is also Russian.
Mm.
So, I wondered about that. Do the Swedish guys talk to each other in Swedish on the ice? Because I think the Russian guys do that. Because if I say to you, shoot the puck, but you don't understand it,
Mm-hmm.
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 And so, but there's a guy on Canadian radio who is like obsessed with the biathlon, because until 1953, that was called military patrol. And you could see that cross-country skiing makes sense. Downhill skiing has no practical use, because when you go down, then you're done. How do you get back up?
Mm-hmm.
But cross-country skiing, because some of those Finns and Norwegians are their VO2 max is like 150 or 170. They are more physically fit than many of the runners, because they could go wherever and then they could still shoot, because they have to do standing and prone. And for every miss they have, they got to do a penalty lap. So, and like 7.5.
What is Tim trying to tell us? Guy just lit a number. Oh, the skater.
Oh.
He thinks he was under the influence.
Oh. Well, he didn't look it because he still had his smooth edge, but he just didn't extend himself.
Or he could be meaning that's what the guy did after he failed.
Oh, burned one as a, well, oh no, they'd be like, they're liable for a P test. So remember when Ross Rebagliati, he was a snowboarder who he failed the P test because he smoked a joint, and then he said it didn't.
He smoked it after?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they pulled his gold medal, but then after an appeal, he got it back because it was marijuana. It wasn't anything enhancing.
Mm.
Hopefully it wasn't that plant that we were talking about earlier.
No, it wasn't belladonna.
Yeah. Although in the first Olympics, there was a guy.
Wait a minute, you're talking about ancient Greece? The first?
No, 1896.
Oh, okay.
There was a guy that, what was his name? Spiridon Luis. They gave him strychnine to help him stay awake, but he was falling all over. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who was on the early Olympic committee, helped him across the line.
Mm.
That's a separate topic in itself. That there's a lot of dirty dealings at the Olympics. There's a lot of bad sports and cheating and all sorts of bullshit. Like in 1968 in Innsbruck,
Yeah, I heard it this week, about something being injected into a certain private area. But like you said, that's another topic.
Hey,
it's for
Do you know about that?
No, I didn't hear about it, but I know. Oh, is it the ski jumper?
Yeah, the ski jumper.
Yeah,
the crotch area.
Oh yeah, well that's what there is an injectable, because 30 years ago when I was in college there was a Euro resident. I remember his name. His name is family name is a color like puce, but it's not puce, but it's like that. He tried it, injected it in his penis, and he had an erection that was so
Oh, Tim is saying someone on the show here.
Oh, him, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob lit a cigarette, not a joint.
Oh.
That Todd said he screwed his wife all weekend so much that she was limping on Monday. So it worked. It worked, injecting the prostaglandin inhibitor into the dorsal vein of the penis. hey, you do what you got to.
So then when the guy gets fitted for a suit, he has a bigger area that somehow captures the air.
the physics.
If that's what makes it fly, more power to you.
Well, it was like in the Summer Olympics that pole vaulter, the guy whose junk pulled the bar down. You know, that he cleared the bar, but he was hanging loose and he was free balling, and it tagged the bar and pulled it down. So, but also, I mean, grats to the American women. You know, skunking Canada for the first time ever that they were shut out in the Olympics. Because I remember back in 2018 when that absolutely no class woman took off her silver medal. You know, you're not entitled to the gold medal. That's why you got to compete for it. You know, you're not entitled to it, and so be proud of it. Don't take it off because you're such a poor sport.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just bullshit. But you know, it's funny talking with my roommate about the curling. Curling is like cricket. I have no idea what's going on, but I love watching it.
Oh yeah, I've gotten into it. It's like since like the last Winter Olympics, and I'm like, you know, this actually is fun. I mean, man, the way that they use a broom, it's like I'd be sweating after I'm done doing that.
Well,
I'd be dog tired.
Yeah, those stones weigh 42 pounds. I mean, and now they have electronic sensor in them. If you're over the hog line, that they'll light up. You know, light up red if you foul. But they come from the same place in Scotland.
That's where curling.
Curling stone. Well, it was started in Scotland, but like the Scottish-English border, because it wasn't really circumscribed.
I see.
But in the north of Great Britain, and they started doing it because if you got a piece of granite, why don't you slide it down the ice?
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you know, it was the white people's Olympics, but the U.S. flag carrier was what's her name? The woman who's the black woman who's a speed skater, because she was one of the winners or finishers on Special Forces World's Toughest Test. She actually completed it. Erin. So, but that's why watching them, and also the Jamaicans acquit themselves well on the bobsled course. So. And there's also Brazilians. There's two Brazilian athletes there.
Mm.
Oh. I've never curled. That was 1957. Do you like Kipling? I don't know, you naughty boy. I've never kippled. Okay. That one is beaten to a pulp.
You know what he's referencing about the Last Think Twice podcast I listened to? Mick.
Oh.
He's into curling.
Oh, really?
Because he goes to the VA a lot, and he goes to the therapy groups there. One of them is the therapy of curling. So he said, can I come by and photograph you guys? And they said, sure. Next thing you know, come on, Mick, join us. It's not that hard.
Well, one of the things that I read about that the curling culture, because a Bonspiel is a match, you know, or a Bonspiel, but they are the most social people. Like, they finish up and they just go and have beers together. You know, that there's no screw you, I hate you. Doesn't matter where you're from. If you're Russians and Americans or you're Swedes and you're Norwegians, everybody just goes and has a good time. You know, it's a very, very social culture, more so than amateur hockey.
I've heard that's true of darts.
Yeah, right. It's the same ethos. You know, even if I beat your ass on the board, we share a pint. You know, there's no agitas. So
Or bowling too. I mean, bowling, it's the same way too. You win and then you go out drinking, you know. And,
well,
you know, it's because it's fun. It's a fun sport, I guess.
The old question was, is it a sport if you could smoke and drink while you're doing it? Like golf or bowling or darts. But there's a guy I used to know when he was in college, he would be smoking a butt while playing soccer. He'd be dribbling down the field and he'd be puffing on the butt. So, and... So Well, I think we've chewed on that well enough.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I'm going to give Richard the next topic. What is Neil Young's principles?
Oh, Neil Young's principle.
I don't know
Okay.
how CSNY, because CSN, they could all sing, and Neil Young sounds like he is on the street corner.
You don't like Neil Young's voice?
I mean, he's not the best singer, whereas David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash, they were like the first super group.
So you think it was his ability to write
Oh,
songs?
yeah. Well,
That's what got him in the band?
I think so. His writing, and also he was, there was like 3 white keys, 1 black key, sort of thing. You know, just to break up the. If you have all 4, it's too cool. You know, it's too slick. If they're all white keys, so you got to have somebody who's the opposite.
Well, look at his principles here. Let's see here.
Oh. Well, yeah, that if you try to monetize everything, like what was that line from Walk on the Wild Side? He never ever gave it away. That if you try to monetize everything, you look mercenary because ars gratia artis, art for art's sake.
Bar sports are the funnest. Okay.
And oh, that one updated, that one didn't.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Popped up on my feed, and it's interesting.
That's how you cheat. That's how you cheat at pool.
You know, what kind of man cheats at pool when there's no money on the line?
Well, if a person's not looking, you put the ball in the hole or ball in the pocket, and
Well,
you know.
it's like they say
Not
about
that I've
the piece of shit of the United States, our current president. They say he doesn't drive the farthest, but his caddy does. He cheats at golf all the time. What kind of man cheats at golf?
Who knows? They always have it on sitcom. So
Well,
I mean, that's amazing.
And-
Tim Saraki's he's rooting for Denmark.
small country, outsized athletes, you know, count its skills from where they are. So
And Tim has never golfed.
I've never golfed. I've never thrown a bowling ball. I almost did karaoke once, but I didn't sing. I was up on the stage, but I was with some other guys, and
You mean they sang and you didn't?
yes, yeah. That, although I have played putt putt.
I think so.
Is putt-putt considered golf?
It's miniature golf. Why are we having echo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I do.
Do you hear it? Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm just going to go on because I love the sound of my own voice. I sound like
Yeah,
R2D2.
I think golf, like miniature golf, is not really like golf. It's just more of like something fun with the family. You know, basically. You know, that's. I mean, me and my great uncle would place a bet who would win. I said, high score wins, right? But he going, oh no, I actually beat him though.
Well,
Patience, it's in that.
the back 40 years ago, there was the Professional Putters Association, and
Let me see if I can fix that. All right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hear the echo at home there, Rob?
Oh no, I can hear you guys are sound fine there.
Okay, so it's us here in the studio.
Yeah. Nothing like technology.
Better living through technology. Let's see. Can you? Nope, it's still there. I don't. Did you touch anything on your phone, Rob?
No.
Okay, so. Oh, so Lori can hear it. So that's us here in the studio. Um,
Um,
let's see.
let's see.
All I know is Tom Windsor isn't here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That Windsor isn't here because well, more than you want to know, Tim, is that
Okay, ask Rob
Rob
to leave
to leave
and then sign in again.
and then sign.
Oh, okay, yeah. Rob, can you exit and then sign in again?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because that's that second window, I think it is. Do you see that above him?
Well, that's him.
Well, that's
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it. Hang on.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, now let's see if yeah, it has something to do with that other window because I'm not echoing now. Do you hear it, Lori? Do we are we still echoing?
That is so weird. It sounds almost like there's another person on Zoom.
That's what I thought, but I wonder if it's a second window there, something about what it is.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the Zoom meeting and then open up the Zoom meeting again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Okay. So I will have a joke at the end of the show. So and I cleaned it up, so that'll be good. And also, we have I'll be looking for feedback. If you're able to give me any responses. So there will be a graphic that goes up, and I'll say that. But we still have a half hour, so you're stuck on the bus on the hamster wheel of the no exit experience. So I'm reflecting and hoping for inspiration, so I don't repeat myself. But I'm wearing my Altitude Brewery shirt. 20 years ago, it was in Laramie, Wyoming. I don't know if it's still open there, but they had a good solar wheat at the time. And so I don't know what was solar about it because they didn't brew it in the sun, but it was good. It had a little bit of a banana flavor, which was way cool. But this on the back has the, I don't hear it.
As soon as Rob joins us, then the problem is with Rob's phone.
Mm-hmm. Or zooming.
Yeah, you're right, Lori. That's probably where Tom is. He's probably at the
Yeah.
Ukrainian Center.
Yeah. With I don't even know who is the lyricist for Greg's band.
Greg.
He writes the songs.
Well, the ones that aren't copies, yeah.
Oh. Well, I like
Because,
coffee.
you know, they do Not to Touch the Earth. Now, that's by the Doors.
Oh,
They just do it the same way the Doors did it.
I
so.
got you. I mean, it's like I like coffee and I don't like tea, and it's the same thing about music. Either you like this band and you don't like that one. You know what I mean?
I know. Personal taste.
Indeed. De gustibus non est disputandum. There's no accounting for it.
Thank you for the 20th time you've mentioned that aphorism.
That I haven't said that one in literal months. Okay, so the next one. What about think about the ocean?
Oh, okay. Let's go to that one now. What's your interpretation of this cartoon? I found this cartoon very thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Virginia. Hey.
Good to see you, Virginia.
You too. I'm on my phone, so it's a little so it's a little wonky.
Okay.
I thought that was the operator.
Okay. Let's see here now. Can I do this the way I want to do it? Let's see. Oh, yes, I
Oh, we
can.
haven't started yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we started. Okay.
Okay.
Look at this cartoon and give us your interpretation.
Look at this cartoon. Okay, let me see. I can't read it.
One fish is looking at the other fish and saying, "You ever like think about the ocean?
Well, that asks the question like, do fish drink? Actually, they don't, but it's the same reason why you can't put a freshwater fish in a saltwater and the opposite. That's why it's so miraculous when there's a fish that can do that, go between them. Because you don't think about the milieu when you're in it. Do you think about oxygen? Do you think about the air?
Yeah.
I think Jason's got a point, but I'll take it a little bit deeper. I don't think people really think about their environment. They don't think about what's going on in their communities. They don't think about what's going on in the world. They just plow through every day without thinking.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I mean, ants, bees, humans. The vast majority of us just grind along.
Right. Yeah, exactly, Jason. Exactly. Most of us just grind along. Exactly.
Well, as we get older, what I found is I care less about the world as I get older.
Well, yeah. I used to be a social activist, and I'm no longer a social activist, but I was instrumental in women's reproductive freedom here in Buffalo. We were the only city in the nation that kept the abortion clinics open. And this is not to open up a commentary on whether or not people think abortion is right or wrong, but it's just to explain who I am. But as I'm older, I'm 68 years old, I don't really follow politics like I used to. I really don't. And I tell people if they want peace in their life, not to follow politics.
Mm-hmm. Well, what is that phrase from the hard rock? Think global, act local.
Yeah. And the way the world is now, you have to fact check everything. I mean, people get upset about things they don't even know if it's true or not.
Right. Like if it was like that tract from 125 years ago. What was it? The thing that the Catholics wrote about the Jews. They said it was a Jewish thing. I forgot what it was, but it depicted
You mean
them.
the Protocols of the Elders
Yeah,
of Zion?
that's it. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Wait, tell the people what I just said.
The Protocols of the Elders of Zion was from around 1900, and it turns out it was written by Catholics to demonize the Jews. It was supposedly their scriptures, and it was vile. It was vile. It depicted them as being murderers, cannibals, and it was completely fabricated. It was completely false.
Right.
And,
right.
And or it's like Emile Zola and Alfred Dreyfus, J'accuse, setting people up. The guy's a Jew. He's a good soldier. He's a major in the French army, but he's the Jew. So, of course, he's guilty. That went out with the 1800s because, in a Sherlock Holmes story, he says, look at his face. You can tell he's guilty. Why don't we just use phrenology? That doesn't work either. And,
right.
Oh, who's that? Oh, he's back now. But where'd Virginia go?
Virginia's still here.
Okay.
I'm trying to get on my my PC.
I can't spell that.
Yeah.
And
I actually agree with Virginia. Politics is just like it's messes with people's minds, and it's to the point. It's like I just want to be like not even watch the news, not even watch TV because of the whole thing. It's just a mind-boggling where you don't want to even watch the news anymore, and you don't even want to.
Right, exactly.
Oh, see that.
Address Lori.
Oh, well, ignorance is bliss. That means I'm deliriously happy.
Okay, now I have a section in my notebook.
Okay.
Where I write down whenever I hear somebody say something hopeful about the political situation. And I have two things in there so far. The first one is, hope is not smiles and sunshine. It's fighting back in the face of danger and oppression. And the second one is, news about how Trump is ruining the country is not something to be avoided. It is a clarification in which people have to choose their values. They must choose which side are you on. From it, profound social change emerges.
Well, the MAGA people, I think, they're trying to undo the lost cause identity from the Civil War.
Mhm.
So that they're trying to get back because white is right in their minds. And the forgotten majority, they call it. But it's the fear of a not white nation. And that's why that Charlie Kirk of Toilet Paper USA was absolutely all about white people. And I can't believe the Alionization and the hagiography about him. The guy was not a nice guy. He was a white racist.
You're referring to Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And that was a lightning rod for all the people to follow. And it's like my representative, Nick Langworthless, who, by his being silent about the racist president, is tacit support. If silence is violence, that phrase, I never knew what it meant till I really crystallized it here. If you don't say anything, that means you support it. And and that's where the person who won't be named, at least who thinks, if you're not my friend, you're my enemy, and really makes it immediately. If you're not one side of the coin, you're the other. Notwithstanding, it could be standing on its side. So, but that's what it is. But to get back to Neil Young, I totally support that. Because didn't Metallica do that too? Give it away free?
No, just the opposite.
Oh, then
They're greedy.
Was it Eddie Vedder? What's the name of the Eddie Vedder band? Pearl Jam. Yeah, didn't Pearl Jam do that? Give it away free?
Now that sounds like something.
Yeah. That well, in the words of Metallica, nothing else matters.
It's his phone.
Oh, it is his phone.
I
It's
think
duplicating copies.
Could be.
Huh. It's cloning itself.
Could be.
I'm trying to get off my phone.
Oh, okay. So turn off the phone that you're not on.
Yeah.
I'm trying. No, I'm on my PC, but I'm trying to get off my phone.
Yeah, we can see you with the purple background. So choose one or the other.
I'm trying.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm just going to shut off my phone.
That's good. That worked.
Yeah. Say something, Virginia.
There we go. I shut
Yeah,
off my phone.
You did it.
Thank you. We were getting the reverb like on the radio when people have their.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So yeah, good on Neil Young because you make art and you hope somebody likes it, and if they don't, well, they don't. But what I don't really get the idea of making your art and keeping it private, or like Sir Richard Burton told his wife when he spent all that time. He got circumcised to get the Arabian Nights. He went into Mecca, and he said when he died to burn all his papers. Why? Why would you create a
So
whole?
you're not referring to the actor.
No. Sir Richard Burton in the 1880s.
Okay.
Yeah, he went into Mecca as a white guy, pretended he was a Muslim. He got all the stories for 1,000 Nights and a Night, made this huge volumes of it, and he told his wife to burn it all after he died. Why would you accrue a whole life of papers and then say destroy it?
Did she do it?
No, thankfully, not all of them. And
Right.
so that's why that you can buy his series. Because there are actually about 300 or 330 stories in the 1,000 Nights and a Night. There's historical, there's fantastical, there's mystical, but that we know like Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves or Sinbad the Sailor, but there's a whole slew more.
That's also true of Franz Kafka. On his deathbed, he asked his best friend, "Would you burn everything?" And his best friend promised him. And then after Kafka died, he said, I don't think that was a good promise to make.
Hey.
And so we have all of Kafka's works now.
Yeah. What did I read? The Prisoner, or The Trial. I read The Trial. And what was the other one? Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read that one too. What about the I'm So Lonely cartoon?
Okay. Here's Okay. He did it again. We hate to tell you this, but your connection is causing feedback. Can you mute yourself?
Rob.
Yeah, let me.
Try muting it and see what happens.
Okay. Ah, that's it.
That's
Oh, what's he doing? He's
what's he doing?
you got hit.
Trying to find the microphone.
Oh, he's trying to find the
Oh,
microphone.
he's trying to find the microphone.
I'm new at this Zoom.
Let's see. Did that get it?
Let's see. Did that
Nope.
get it?
No, you got to hit the mute.
Got it. Mute.
The question is moot.
The question is move.
Yeah, I'm trying. Probably it's because my thing is. Yeah.
Well, if you can't find it,
Well, you can't find
sign off, and
Sign
we'll
off,
have you on
and
next
we'll
week.
have you on next week.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to get there live or something. I'll just have to need your guys' address, or if one of you want to pick me up or something.
And also, Rob, you
And
can
also-
you can finish the show by leaving comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Mockingbird Lane.
That's
The
the Munsters.
Munsters.
Yeah. Good eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, take care,
Okay,
guys.
bye, Rob.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so here's the "I'm So Lonely" cartoon. That's the only text in this cartoon,
Okay.
and so it's a cartoon of a woman keeping the door closed.
Yeah.
And all these hands are offering her roses for Valentine's Day. And yet she's saying to herself, "I'm so lonely." What is the interpretation of that cartoon?
Expectations that are not in tune with reality. It's like I'm trying to meet somebody, but everybody that comes up, they say no. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't keep people out and then say I'm so lonely. Because a comparison was when I was in Hawaii, that especially the Chinese doctors would say we couldn't get a hold of them, and then they'd say you never call me.
Mm.
And I have a woman I know whose family is Chinese, and she went to Hong Kong to see the family. They kept offering her gifts, offering her gifts, offering her gifts. She says, no, no, no. Finally, to shut them up, she just took one. Then the aunt said, "You're so greedy."
Hmm.
So it's that push and pull. And when you don't take any opportunities, you end up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that is. The "I'm so lonely." Well, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
What's your interpretation, Virginia?
Yeah, Virginia, what you got? I can't hear you.
Did you
Oh,
mute?
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I unmuted myself. Well, I immediately thought of Valentine's Day because I saw the red roses and
Yeah.
whatever, and today is Valentine's Day,
Mm.
and I thought maybe the young woman is so lonely because the people that want to be her suitor just aren't her cup of tea.
Could be.
And she's having a hard time meeting people that she can vibe with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's 25 people that you can't vibe with, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Not necessarily. You might be hanging around in the wrong circles.
Statistically, if you need about 30 people in a room to make it likely that the two of them share a birthday. So I'll say 30. And if you don't vibe with 30 people,
Well, suppose somebody lives in Georgia. They're looking for a mate who's not a racist. Yet everybody they meet is a racist.
there was a
That would be an example.
that there's a woman. There was a woman in Greenville because we were 2 hours away from Atlanta. She said, if I could find one single straight black man in Atlanta, I'd be happy. So, but at least be honest. Say my standards are really high, or I have a very select set of skills for which I'm looking. Not that I'm so lonely and yet pushing everybody away.
She is tired of gifts. She wants interest without offer of presence. Fascinating. Fascinating.
Well, I think that you had to put something in the cartoon to understand what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that the roses are per se a gift versus the representative of the idea. So you get the right idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so the roses are symbolic.
Yeah, they're not the actual, or else there would be dollar bills and chocolates and somebody hanging lingerie, like that sort of stuff. All the emblematic things of Valentine's Day.
Now, a frequent contributor to the show is James Walker,
Mhm.
and he
Oh yes.
he is a advocate that women are predatory and they want everything and they want to give nothing. So he sends me these videos of women being interviewed, and the question to them is, "What do you expect from a man?" And then they give a list of everything: good provider, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what should the man expect of you? And they say, nothing. It's just me. Now, James Walker is trying to illustrate his position that this represents all women, which I'm always pointing out to him. That's a very small sample, if that's even real.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a fake video it's called clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my mail is here. Isn't that nice?
Okay, clickbait.
Yeah. And when you get your information online, you got to be very leery that it's not clickbait.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I get all sorts of stories. I just open them in a new tab and I get to them when I do, and so many of them, I want the bottom line up front. BLUF. That's a military term. You'll see capital BLUF. Not this whole thing to get it to the end. Just tell me what the animal is. Don't talk about this one, that one, this one. Tell me what the engine is, in the truck. Tell me what the fruit is or what's the best thing at this restaurant. Don't give me this whole clickbait page and I got to look to the last paragraph, But yeah, well, they succeeded in sucking me in, but I don't buy anything off an ad. I did download a bunch of games off ads and then I deleted them, when I found out I didn't like them.
Mm.
But I tried them, I gave them an effort. And, but that's one of the things I see on, the way I look at it is if you have money and you're an old guy and some chick is gold digging you, I think everybody wins because you just spend what you already have. It doesn't matter to you. And you get laid by a 25-year-old woman. Everybody wins. Because that's a thing that's on Tinder. That I like gifts, gifts, not gifts, not the gifts. I like gifts and I like money. Okay, I got money, so everybody wins. I mean, at least be honest what you're looking for. Because if you're looking for true love, well, just say it. But if you want a unicorn, you got to be a unicorn. You can't just be a quarter horse.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I got.
Well, there's, like when you say, if you want a unicorn, you have to be a unicorn. On a deeper level, if you want a friend, you have to be a friend. So I would agree with that.
Yeah, because what I heard, there's the old saying opposites attract, but actually psychologists say it's about 5 to 1. You have one opposite, but you have to have 5 things in common. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the initial opposite is what attracts you, but then the same keeps you. So
yeah.
But then again, I logically support arranged marriages because who has a better thought for you than your family?
Now, Lori's asking a question about.
That's not necessarily true, Jason. It's not necessarily true. Who has better thoughts for you than your family? Some people come from families that they just want to sell you.
Yeah, in other words, what Virginia is alluding to, suppose this other family comes along that offers you a dowry of $100,000. Are you doing it for the money or for your daughter's happiness?
Well, that's if they have less to offer because like the Indian families I've seen, if you're an engineer, you better be offering somebody who's an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. It's not like if you're a slacker guy, you're not going to get the well accomplished one from the other family. They matched them up. Like I asked my sister if she had any women that she knew that my sister never introduced me to any good looking friends of hers. It was always women that weighed more than me or that had multiple divorces. I mean, the ones that were I could do better than that on my own, you know, or go without. That she never. That's one that in the Scots Irish Polish environment, the arranged didn't work there. But in the Indian communities, it's actually
Are you saying there's a high success rate in India with arranged marriages?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you a true story.
no, lie to me.
No, I'm going to tell you a true story that happened recently here in Western New York. And it has to do with arranged marriages.
Sure.
I was working at Every Woman Opportunity Center, and there was a young woman from Pakistan
There's your
that was being forced to marry somebody from some distant cousin of hers. And then she didn't want to marry him, but she was being forced to marry him. And she was to the point that she was suicidal.
Mm.
There's,
I mean, this is a true story.
I
So
believe you.
these, so it's not always success.
there's one big difference though. What are they in Pakistan? What religion are they?
I didn't ask her religion.
You don't have to. They're Muslim, and the Muslims are different with the arranged marriages than the Hindus. I mean, there are more Muslims in India than any other country in the world, even though they're the minority position. They're about 30% or 20%. But the Hindus are all about success, that the Muslims will set you up like the one you said. That's a relevant point. You know, you can't discount it.
I mean, it was very upset. I mean, it was to the point that she wanted me to adopt her. I mean, it was really horrifying for me as a counselor that I was dealing with this in, modern society in Western New York. And her and her family lived in Cheektowaga, and she couldn't leave the house unless she was with a male member of her family.
Mm.
That's totally Muslim. That's Wahhabist Saudi Arabian. That's what that is.
Mm.
That is totally religious. That is not cultural. That is religious.
She was working and she had to be driven to work and home from work. And the only reason why she was able to talk to me for a while was because I was supposedly, quote unquote, helping her find another job. But I was listening to this horrific story about how she didn't want to marry this arranged marriage person.
Mm.
And that's the difference. That's what I say. Because about 20 years ago, I met a woman in the airport who was Pakistani in Detroit. And she said her older brother had served in the Navy and he was a pothead. But she, as the second child, but the girl had to be above all that. And her mother told her, she said, sex is dirty and you only do what you have to have kids, but forget the rest of it. That's what her mother taught her.
Mm. And
also, even though the people in the Middle East have a lot of body hair, they eschew the hair. Like the Sinophorus, the unibrow, is looked at as very attractive among that culture because I know it from wrestling. Dan Gable was he's from Iowa and he was a NCAA champion, but he lost his last match in college. He was 399-1. Then he practiced 6 hours a day for 2 years, and in 1972 he won the gold medal in his weight class, and he beat Ruslan Ashuraliev, who was on the Soviet team, but I think he's Azerbaijani, and he had the Sinophorus, but he was the stud wrestler, but he still got beat 2-0 by Dan.
Mm.
So that's a lot of it is culture, whether you like it or not, Mm. So, I mean, so I understand your point, but I can tell you exactly from where that came, because that I had. Let's see. When I was in med school, that was the first time I ever knew Muslim people directly. But one guy, my first roommate, was Muslim and Indian. So he was almost a pacifist. He's Navid Shakir, just a good guy. He was just a good dude. I mean, just a good guy. And the Indians and the Muslims, there was a different vibe for each of them. So that's what I got.
Okay.
All righty.
You got anything to add to that, Virginia?
No. I just, think that arranged marriages are something that don't give either party any say so on who they're going to spend the rest of their lives with. The whole concept boggles my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But here in the U.S., 60% of first marriages failed. 90% of second and third later.
Oh yeah.
So are we doing any better?
No, I don't. I'm not saying we're doing any better, but if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with somebody, I want a choice in that matter.
But as I said, we make bad choices all the time.
So what are you advocating for?
But it's my choice.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I'll grant you that. We have time for one more topic.
Oh, we do? Okay, good.
Yeah. Do you have one? Okay. Do you have a topic you want us to address, Virginia?
No, I do not.
Okay, so we're going to go with 50th anniversary of Taxi Driver.
Okay, 50th anniversary. So it was written 50 years ago when Martin Scorsese contacted a writer and said, would you work on a script with me and you choose the topic?
Oh, hey, Paula.
Hey, Paula. Okay. So the topic that was chosen by who is the script writer? Paul Schrader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Paul Schrader looked around, and here's what he wrote in his memoirs. So he asked me to write a script. I had just lost my job. I left my wife. I left a girl I left my wife for. I didn't have a place to live. I was drinking considerably. I was living in my car with a gun in the glove box. Is it any surprise that I came up with the script for Taxi Driver?
Because I saw it for the first time last summer, and I'd never seen it before. I was less than impressed because De Niro doesn't strike me as tragic as much as just insane. Shaving his head into the mohawk and shooting the people up in the store and then pointing at his own head and it's empty.
Yeah, well, is his insanity caused by the environment?
A little from column A, a little from column B. He's susceptible to that, and then that fills into it because New York City in the 70s was a shithole. It was an absolute dump. Like the garbage strikes and Times Square was an absolute, all it was peep shows and strip joints, and the whole place was going to pot. If you were in Queens, you were good. If you're in Staten Island, you were good. If you were in Brooklyn or if you were in the Bronx or you were in Manhattan from Midtown North, you were screwed. And that's why it all cleaned up, Like at the time, the Teflon Don in Ozone Park, John Gotti, that was, people loved Gotti as in the neighborhood because mafiosi are nice to the people in the neighborhood because they keep it nice where it is. But also, I think it was in 78 when one of Gotti's kids ran right out in traffic and a guy hit it by accident. Well, they killed that guy and dissolved his body in acid.
Mm. Have you seen that movie Taxi Driver, Virginia?
No, I never did.
Oh. Well, see it to see it, but not for the entertainment's sake because I was not really impressed with the depth of it. And also, well, I don't want to say any more to give it away because she hasn't seen it.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
That it's statistically improbable that Sybil Shepherd would get in the same taxi with Travis Bickle at the end. I thought that was an imagination, but it was real. That's what I mean. That's highly unlikely.
Now, in the news today, the movie Midnight Cowboy made the news today.
Oh, I saw Midnight Cowboy a couple times.
So John Schlesinger, who directed that movie, he finished it, and then the studio said, okay, we'll put it before a focus group so we have some idea how it's going to go. People were walking out of the movie in the focus group halfway through. They hated it so much. And so they said to John, do you want this movie released now that we've put it in front of a group? And he consulted with Dustin and John Voight. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, we spent all this time working on it. We might as well release it. It might be the end of our career, but let's release it. It won the Best Picture of the Year, and John Schlesinger won the Best Director of the Year.
And I watched it a couple times. It was so compelling.
Yeah.
And that's
I found it so compelling.
well, what you see is Dustin Hoffman's, "Hey, I'm walking here,"
Yeah.
and that was improvised.
Yeah.
But I don't. It would not get an X rating today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you really. The original in '87, the original RoboCop got an X rating for violence.
Mm.
You know. But we're getting the end. Do you have the thing to put up for about the feedback?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you have any feedback, if you have my number, you can text it to me or leave it on the socials, and that's what. Once we put that up, and I'll read it, and then I'll tell my last joke. So
Okay.
it's
Tell your joke first.
It's a clean joke. So the bear is talking to the rabbit, and the bear says to the rabbit, "Hey, rabbit, do you have trouble with poo sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit says, "No." So the bear picks up the rabbit, wipes his butt with him.
Hmm.
oh!
Jason.
Our
Oh,
t-
Jason.
I cleaned that one up. I think that one's hilarious.
I cannot find the graphics, so you're going to have to
Say it again.
say it.
If you have any feedback for me, if you have my number, you can text it to me or put it on the socials. Okay, thanks, y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. The bus
Okay.
All right.
into a halt.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Goodbye, commenters.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here we go.